Rascal Flatts stated in his song, Take Me There, I want to roll down Main Street, the back roads like you did when you were a kid. What made you who you are? Tell me what your story is. Although I'm no Rascal Flatts, I am from a small town and I can show you my way around my town. I live in a town called Minneapolis, Kansas. Kansas, not Minnesota. Don't get that confused, you'll get lost. Without knowing the history of my neat little town, you won't understand who I am as a person. My parents moved to a house about 7 miles outside of Minneapolis a year or so before I was born. They lived They've lived there forever. They will live there forever. My grandparents actually live an eighth of a mile down the road. That's how tight of a community we are. So I grew up just out in the boonies, basically. I'm going to teach you about Minneapolis as a whole and how it changed my world. So it's really driven me to explore. You'll get to learn a lot about my hometown facts and how this little town changed my world. Exploring has always been a passion of mine, and this town was a great way to start exploring. Even though we don't have any aquariums or anything like that that you could use for educational purposes, if that's what you want to call that, we actually have all these back roads out the outside of Minneapolis, and so as a kid, or mainly in junior high and high school, you can go out and drive around, hang out with your friends, blare the radio, learn all the dirt roads back there, and figure out where the cool hangout spots were. So we have a couple that are really neat. We have the river that runs through Minneapolis. So a lot of times kids go down there and sit along the river and fish and just hang out and get to know each other. And then we also have a little thing called Lindsay Bridge. Need I say more? Probably better. Without this place is where everyone hangs out, especially when you're older. If you get in with the wrong crowd, you can get into a bunch of trouble out there because kids do go out there and do really dumb stuff. Perhaps if you accidentally get stuck in a field and have too much fun, you could always give a friend a call and they will come bail you out day or night. That's the good thing about having such a small town. And yes, a few times I've known people to get caught by the cops. They're all friendly, but don't expect to hide that from anybody because everybody knows everything within the next 4 hours. So there are so many interesting facts about Minneapolis. As stated on Wikipedia website, Minneapolis was originally founded under the Markley Mills in 1866 and was later named Minneapolis after Minneapolis, Minnesota in 1878. Again, we're still in Kansas, folks. I'm sure you can guess that this little farming community is what changes everything. We're full of farmers and ranchers. All of us kids, especially in last year's graduating class, worked on a farm or in the local businesses around Minneapolis. So we have a lot of local businesses. So we have the drugstore, the lumber yard, grocery store, Dollar General, Casey's. A lot of us worked in those kind of places. We have a true value. My favorite thing about Minneapolis is the Mexican restaurant. If you ever get in town and you're out playing golf or whatever, stop in, eat great food. So yummy. All of these interesting facts about my small town can give you a background on why I'm who I am. Without my small town, I would never be who I am today. Without my small town farming community, I wouldn't have work ethic and the need to travel. Though I am from a small town and I do have a little bit of excitingness around my community, I don't get to go and tour an aquarium or go to the Grand Canyon or the Hawaii, whatever. So we do enjoy, I enjoy taking those moments away from my town and going to see that kind of stuff. Also, now that I have such a great work ethic, I'm 19 and an LPN. Without being in this town and being forced to be on my own, needless to say, and pay for my stuff, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So if you get the chance, stop by, hang out, see all us crazy people from Minneapolis. You won't regret it. I've really learned to change my view of the world, explore, learn all the neat little things, and allow little towns like this to change who I am today. Always, always remember to teach newcomers the ropes of your little town because they might not understand it like you do.